Once again, let's turn to our Chief Meteorologist Jeremy LaGoo as we talk weather. It was a really actually pretty nice overall Memorial Day weekend. I think a lot of people enjoyed the chance to get outside, and now it just feels like we flipped a switch and summer is fully here.
You know, us meteorologists, I say this all the time, start our seasons at the beginning of the month. So June 1st marks meteorological summer, and it's just doing it.
Pretty close.
Yeah, like full on. Let's talk about it because we do have a bit of, well, interesting weather in the days to come. It's a perfect start to the week. We've got a little bit of an atmospheric trough trying to move through as we get into, say, tomorrow. It really doesn't do much. Overall, dry in the extended forecast and seriously hot as we get into next week. Next few days, temperatures are on the rise. We're coming in the 80s and up near 90 in the week to come. But seriously, next week, the start of next week, all of the long-range forecast models just say, buckle up, it is going to be hot. And it seriously is going to be hot everywhere across the Northwest. Right now, we've got a weak attempt at getting a little bit of a trough to move in. Here's our trough. You can see it overhead. It doesn't have much moisture, it doesn't have much anything, it doesn't have much energy. So what winds up happening is that's going to bring us a brief cool down tomorrow, maybe a couple more clouds depending on where you are, but overall, it's not going to do much. So our temperatures drop slightly. The rain, well, it misses us to the north and it misses us to the south and it misses us to the east. And we just stay dry right on through the west side. So we don't really get much tomorrow. In fact, all week long, storms just kind of miss us every single day. Even as we try to get a storm moving in later on, the ridge that builds just kind of pushes everything away. And that's what builds the heat. I think you're really going to notice that heat this weekend. And then next week, it just goes up from there. So we're talking serious heat just about everywhere. And that being said, it's time to check in on the snowpack because overall, we've seen our snowpack diminish rapidly as soon as we got some of this heat. There's already parts of the state down to 0. And here in the inland Northwest, we're down to about 10% in parts of North Idaho, 42% in Northeast Washington, 19% in Northern Washington, the Blue Mountains down to our south at about 98% of normal. So they're looking pretty good, 43% for the central Idaho panhandle. So all in all, it's not overly bad, but it's also going away pretty quick. And by the time we get to the weekend with a forecast like this, it is likely our snowpack is all but gone. Seriously, in most locations, we're going to lose a lot of snow very, very fast, especially next week with highs in the 90s and nothing but sunshine in the forecast.